is a place very far from this world. And the only way you can get there is through music. Remember, only music can set you free and fill you with energy to life. Be prepared for a new music transformation, and in a moment you will be transported to this place. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Agitate the Airwaves. Welcome to my world of hands-up music. Agitate the Airwaves.
I don't know who you think you are, but I know who I am, and I could give a damn about what you think of me and how I live my life. I'ma do me till I die. Stop me, you can try, but you can't defeat me. I'm tired of all your lies, you're faking and disguise. So look me in my eyes and tell me what you say.
Dang, knowing it's a shame. Reaching for the fame, only for the money and change. You party all day, you got it made, you play the game and it pays. But it's been a while since you've been out, you see how it's changed. The problem with this is you become a statistic. You about to fall off like Bobby and Whitney. Don't worry what he say, but trip off what she say. Type of crap to help you find yourself in a heat wave. Try to stay afloat, but you be rocking the boat. The popular folks don't wanna rock with your note. They hop on provocative acapellas I spoke. Packing the bowl and joke about how you used to be dope.
I don't know who you think you are, but I know who I am, and I could give a damn about what you think of me and how I live my life. I'ma do me till I die. Stop me, you can try, but you can't defeat me.
Who the hell are you to try to judge me? You can suck at being you, but I'ma do me. Your opinion's an extension of your racist fast mind. Your intentions are suspicious cause you think I'm blind, but I can see through you. You fake to the bone, and I bet you sit anywhere when you home alone. You fucking fence walker, you just a big shit talker. Skirt words are because the people are darker. You don't like my kind? Well fuck you too. You wanna know who I am? Then peep the tattoo. You wanna know where I stand? The opposite of you. Disrespect me and I'll...
Cause I don't know who you think you are, but I know who I am, and I could give a damn about what you think of me and how I live my life. I'ma do me till I die. Stop me, you can try, but you can't defeat me. I'm tired of all your lies, you're faking in disguise. So look me in my eyes and tell me what you say. An equal human being, born with my rights. You don't have to like, but you will respect me.
Never felt this before. I feel like I'm done for. I worry every day. Feel like the world's gone gray. And what's the point of all this? This feeling I dismiss. You know you did this to me, and now I hope you can see. Even if you break me, I'm never gonna tell you no. Even if you hate me, I'm never gonna let you go. Feeling like I'm You're stealing another piece of my soul. I'm needing someone to hold me down. I'm screaming, won't you help me out? I can't get my mind away, don't listen to what I say. You're taking my breath away, I just wanna break away. Baby, you're killing me, you know I will never leave. The things that you've done to me, want you to run to me. With anxiety, feeling this fight in me. Even if you break me, I'm never gonna tell you no. Even if you hate me, I'm never gonna let you go. Even if you break me, I'm never gonna tell you no. Even if you hate me, I'm never gonna let you go. All the things that you said to me, the lies that you fed to me, I swear that you're dead to me. Feel like I'm on ketamine. Want you to remember me, but now I'm a better me. This project you'll never see. Blame it on entropy, just blame it on entropy, just blame it on me. Even if you break me, I'm never gonna tell you no. Even if you hate me, I'm never gonna let you go. Even if you break me, I'm never gonna tell you no. Even if you hate me, I'm never gonna let you go.
Does your band have what it takes to play at Busch Stadium? Join 105.7 The Point, Mazingo Music, and the St. Louis Cardinals for Battle at Busch, where local bands are invited to Busch Stadium for the opportunity to compete, fundraise, and play in front of fans before a Cardinals game. Finalists will receive a prize and be invited back to compete in the finals, with one winner taking home the grand prize. Slots are limited, so reach out today. For more info, visit cardinals.com/battle-at-busch.
Make me believe in this life I lead while living in the gray. When I'm down, when I'm broken, remind me of better days. If it's okay, let us start things off with the cliche. I'm stuck in my own head, and I know that I should fight back and not stay at home in bed. So let's waste time with a late night drive and let these sad songs speak for us. Roll the windows down, turn the music up, and let them know we've had enough. Make me believe in this life I lead while living in the gray. When I'm done, when I'm broken, remind me of better days. This is just what I need.
voices in my head are not my friends. Suppression is substantial and some dread. These voices in my head are not my friends.
Welcome to Agitate the Airwaves.
Agitate the Airwaves.
So today I am running solo here. Jason had some things to do, but we have a good show for you today. It's going to be all local music, all local to the STL and surrounding areas. So you're not going to hear none of the top national acts like we normally play along with the locals. It's nothing but locals today. So that last band that I just played was Hard Loss. They're from St. Louis, of course, and that was In the Gray. So make sure you guys check them out. They have a show that they just scheduled for, let me see real quick. They will be playing at Tin Roof on March 20th. It's a Wednesday, and they will be doing. They will be performing as Taking Back Sunday. They'll be doing a Taking Back Sunday cover set. So check them out. They'll also have be featuring Fluorescent and Dylan Furlow performing the songs of Dance Gavin Dance. It's a free event, and it's 18 plus. Doors are at 8, music at 8:30. So check that out. Again, Hard Loss playing as Taking Back Sunday at the Tin Roof at 1000 Clark Avenue on March 20th. So without further ado, we're going to play some more music, some more local music. We will later on in the episode have Mikael Pryce, local comedian. He will be performing tonight, as well as myself, with The Puppet, the Psycho Dwarf, here at Sonny's Bar at 9728 Lackland Road. The show tonight actually starts at 8 o'clock, so come out. We've got 4 comedians plus Puppet, and then we've got 2 musical acts, which include Tom Kennedy and Egan's Rats. And then we will have a DJ set by DJ Dizzy. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a party. Come on out. Again, tonight at Sonny's Bar at 9728 Lackland Road in Overland, Missouri. Show starts at 8 o'clock. Tickets are $10, I believe. Maybe $12. They're $12 at the door. And pre-sales are no longer available. So if you didn't get pre-sales, come out anyways. And it's going to be a good time. If you like midgets, you want to come out tonight. All right, so we're going to play a song by Travis Spade called I Do This. You are listening to Agitate the Airwaves, live from Sonny's Bar in Overland.
do this for the ones who ain't got nothing. I do this for the hustles trying to come up out the gutter. I do this for my kids, gotta thank both of the mothers. I know I ain't always there, but I'm trying to do numbers. I do this for my brothers and all three of my sisters. R.I.P. Chad, little homie, I still miss you. I'm flipping through my pictures, and damn, I just seen Krista. The good always die young, so I'm pouring out this liquor. I do this so I remember all the memories. Whiskey bottles and Swisher Sweets, chillin' in VIP. Do this for the ones I met on lockdown, who spent my name through these penitentiary balls, and tell them that I'm on top now. I went from rapping on porches to stacking my fortune. I went from taxis to Porsches, but all that shit ain't important. We went from eating in Porsches to booking 5-stars, so nobody's supporting. Now everybody by my side. And I do it. Who ain't got it good, I'm bringing the JC all the way to Hollywood. They can love or hate me, they ain't even gotta look, cause I know that they hit me. All I gotta do is drop a hook, looking like I got them shook. They've been hating on me for a while now, but I know they've been waiting on me. Let them talk, I ain't tripping, I'ma make them all see. It ain't nothing but a game, it ain't nothing like it seems. See, I do this for my homies doing time right now. Probably talking about the way that I rhyme right now. On my grind right now, we gon' shine right now. Yeah, I told them that I do it, guess who's right now? I do it, dog, told them that I prove them wrong. Now I make a living getting paid, cause I'm doing songs. So if you shoot for stars, don't ever stop shooting. I feel like a movie star, in my life's the movie. And I do it.
I got a feeling that today's gonna be great. Yeah, and that nothing negative is gonna stand in my way. Yeah, I got a feeling today's gonna be great. Yeah, shake them haters off, scream fuck them all, and let the song replay. First of all, I'm feeling good. This is different than before. Losing pounds off my body, writing music from my soul. Working overtime every day, man, my dream became my goal. This that track you gon' keep playing anytime you on the road. Woke up with a smile on my face, knowing that I'm winning and I'm alive. Shift gears on a hater real quick, nobody can stop my drive. Eclipse ass niggas tryna pop my life, but when they pass, I still shine. Mom wasn't in pain today, and work went just really fine. Staying positive on this bumpy road every day is a challenge. Still moving with my family, and all of them got talent. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you, you can keep your life balanced. If you keep a clear head, real ones around you, show love, watch what happens. I got a feeling that today's gonna be great. Yeah, and that nothing negative is gonna stand in my way. Yeah, I got a feeling today's gonna be great. Yeah, shake them haters off, scream fuck them all, and let the song replay. I got a feeling that your day will be great. Don't show defeat, bad vibes delete. Some people deceit, walk your own path, not theirs. Be you, love you, you are elite. Life can sometimes be a gamble. Beat the odds, stand on your own feet. Better understand, get a plan, get your own fam. All gas, no brakes, pedal to the metal. Damn, learning how to be a better me. No degree, but I'm on my masterpiece. Meaning I'ma be my own boss. One day you'll just have to see. Champ, show them what you got. So many high bars in my head, I'm about to overheat. You the man in the mirror. Change for your future when opportunity knocks. Kick the door and make sure they hear you. Smile when you wake up. Thank God you still breathing, and sing this song again for one good reason. I got a feeling that today's gonna be great. Yeah, and that nothing negative is gonna stand in my way. Yeah, I got a feeling today's gonna be great. Yeah, shake them haters off screen, fuck them all, and let the song replay. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Break it down, roll it up, smoke it up, fuck it up, pass it down, throw it up, drink it up, fuck it up, break it down, roll it up, smoke it up, fuck it up, pass it down, roll it up, drink it up, fuck 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 it up. Fuck it up. Yes, I'm jumping out the window. I be turned up with my kinfolk. And my nigga got that endo. We be jamming in the rental. Cause shorty got a body. And she gave me sloppy toppy. And they say I'm acting cocky. Beat that pussy like I'm Rocky. Bitch, I turn up with my verse up. Got that swag that they worship. And I'm steady, getting fetty. Got black ink like I'm Teddy. And I'm flexing on my exes in my necklace. Driving reckless. And you can't sit with us. Ain't no rain in my section, boy. Break it down, roll it up, smoke it up, fuck it up, pass it down, throw it up, drink it up, fuck it up, break it down, roll it up, smoke it up, fuck it up, pass it down, throw it up, drink it up, fuck 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 it up,
Yeah.
fuck it up. Fuck it up.
I'm just a nigga from 5800. We do what we want cause we made it from nothing. It's West Side. I know it's hard to stomach. My niggas is with me and we up to something. We like to get drunk and propane. We stay blunted. We up in the club and bitches in abundance. I never met them, but they know how we coming. Me and my nigga Frost. We say it, we do it, we get it off. I step in the door, I don't have to floss. Better watch your babe, David Hasselhoff. Find the rattle off. Shots to anybody saying we ain't hot. We fucking it up and turning up the spot. We kicking it hard and smoking up the crops. Right there in Pops.
Break it down, roll it up, smoke it up, fuck it up, pass it down, throw it up, drink it up, fuck it up, break it down, roll it up, smoke it up, fuck it up, pass it down, throw it up, drink it up, fuck 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 it up. Fuck it up.
Yo, that was EJ Carter and Frost Money with Fuck It Up. So, a little bit about EJ Carter. EJ Carter's from St. Louis, but right now he's been spending a lot of time in Texas hanging out with Lil Flip, aka Flip Gates, because he actually is the engineer for his new album that it's about to be released. Like, he engineered, mixed, and mastered all of it himself. Plus, him and Flip Gates are actually doing a joint album together. So be on the lookout for that. He's doing big things, and he's going to put St. Louis hip-hop scene back on the map. Also, Frost Money, of course. Frost Money's been doing a lot of good for the city. He's been doing a lot of big shows over at Pops and Fubar, and he's been doing it for a long time. So make sure you guys check Frost Money out. He's a good friend of mine. He was here last night showing support to me for my show that I did, and he'll be here tonight showing support tonight as well. But he has a show here at Sonny's on May 4th for his birthday. It'll be the Frost Money Birthday Bash, a.k.a. May the Frost Be With You. So check that out. It's on the Agitate the Airwaves event page and on agitatetheairwaves.com. Tickets are available right now if you go there. The tickets, I believe, right now are $10, maybe? No, they're $5, actually. $5 tickets for May the Frost Be With You. And we've got 10 acts on that. Amazing acts. So check that out. Again, May 4th here at Sonny's. $5 gets you in if you buy in advance. So hit up any of the artists, or you can buy them online at agitatetheairwaves.com. Additionally, on the 21st of this month, Frost Money has a show over at Pops for Twistello. It's the Twistello Hoodie and a Mic show, and he'll be there promoting. Twistello will be performing along with a bunch of local St. Louis hip-hop artists, the best we got. And then I will also be doing some stand-up at that show as well. I'll be the first local comedian to do stand-up at Pops in a very, very long time. So show some support. Tickets are available for that as well. And I'm not sure what the price is, but I know they're not expensive. So check that out. You can hit up any of the opening acts, or you can just go online to popsrocks.com and you can buy them there as well. We're going to play some Luxora now because Luxora threw it down for us last night here at Sonny's Bar for the Searching for Nostalgia Run the Streets tour. It was an amazing night, and I want to take this time to thank all the bands that performed last night. You guys all did an amazing job. We had a ton of talent in the room. We had No Point, My Remedy, Relentless, Miles Malloy, Luxora, New American Classic, and Searching for Nostalgia. They all did amazing. Check all of them out. I'm going to play you some Luxora right now. But before that, I want to thank everyone else, too. Everyone that came out and showed support to these bands. And my friends that came out and showed support to me as well, including Steve O'Brien, Frost Money, Jason Thompson from Backstage Productions, Lane from Lane Loves. All you guys are awesome, and thank you for all the support that you guys always show me. Oh, Andrew Snow as well. He came out and showed some support. So again, thank you all of you. We're going to, without further ado, here is Luxor with Alabaster.
Agitate the airwaves.
you'll need a hug. Good luck with that. Don't hold your breath tonight, baby. You'll feel something when you fall flat on your face in front of everyone you know. Don't come crying to me, 'cause I don't have much sympathy for a girl who is something she should have never had it. Don't speak, I don't wanna hear your voice. Don't speak, I don't wanna hear your voice. Don't speak, I don't wanna hear your voice. And leave my friends alone. Don't speak, I don't wanna hear your voice. Don't speak, I don't wanna hear your voice. Don't speak, I don't wanna hear your voice. And leave my friends alone. Don't speak, I don't wanna hear your voice. Don't speak, I don't wanna hear your voice. Don't speak, I don't wanna hear your voice. And leave my friends alone. Don't hold your breath tonight, baby. You'll feel something when you fall flat on your face in front of everyone you know. Don't come crying to me, 'cause I don't have much sympathy for a girl who is something she should have never had it. Never had it all.
Let's pretend you never have to leave. iceberg ahead, I said. Brace myself when all I heard were the sounds of hearts being broken everywhere. Look straight ahead, I said. Take my hand and don't look down. This could all just fall apart, but we don't care. 'Cause I'd swim the ocean for you. Just say what I need to do. Please help me save you from yourself. 'Cause if this ship's going down, just take my hand and we'll jump. 'Cause if we don't let safe and sound, they won't come searching for us. And if this world gets too dark, we'll just turn on the lights. If I don't make it to the shore, at least you're with me tonight. Guess it's your movie, you said. Take the fall or go down swinging, but we're not letting go till you decide. There near the water's edge, I see you shaking, you're contemplating, but you don't have to be alone tonight. 'Cause I'd swim the ocean for you. Just say what I need to do. Please help me save you from yourself. 'Cause if this ship's going down, just take my hand and we'll jump. 'Cause if we don't land safe and sound, they won't come searching for us. And if this world gets too dark, we'll just turn on the light. If I don't make it to the shore, at least you're with me tonight.
Hearts sink faster. You're the one, my own disaster.
'Cause if the ship's going down, just take my hand and we'll jump. If we don't let safe and sound, they won't come searching for us. And if this world gets too dark, we'll just turn on the light. If I don't make it to the shore, at least you're with me tonight. If the ship's going down, just take my hand and we'll jump. 'Cause if we don't let safe and sound, they won't come
G. Yeah, call me nuts, say I'm insane. Cause I beat him to the punch and I kick game. Weather the storm, yeah, reign supreme. Follow your dreams, wreck shit, put the scene in the guillotine. You tried to light it, but I'll take you higher than most. I am supplying the smoke. I am ignited, excited, and right at your throat. Get it, the fire starts. Conquer center for simpleton on the prowl. How many cynical critics are in the crowd? You wouldn't think that these critics have been a sound. Pay attention for a minute, just listen and hear me out. Bust the stage cause we rage when we rock this shit. And every single hand raised is a compliment. And a slap in the face of these pals of shit. Out here trying to block my bliss. I'm all in.
This world is toxic. It'll try so fucking hard to break you down. But through the hard times we will emerge stronger than ever before. So do all of the cancerous bitches that will stand up against you. This song is for you, so fuck you. We interrupt this program to bring you. There's a feeling of eternity within my soul. This is so sweet and the results is that I'll ever back down. They think it's a game, but I'm the fucking king. The cards are set, the deck is set, go ahead and try me. I'm all in. There's a feeling of eternity within my soul. This is so sweet and the results is that I'll ever back down. They think it's a game, but I'm the fucking king. The cards are set, the deck is set, go ahead and try me. I'm all in. No longer will you have to live in fear. No longer will you have to live in sorrow. No longer will the blaspheming get back to you are. Together we stand as one. This feeling of rage, that is consuming me. This is not a game, I'm the fucking king. Go ahead and try me. I'm all
You said you'd never ever break down, but here I am sweeping pieces off of the ground. You said you'd never ever play to crowds, but I've seen you hoping to play songs to him now. I've spent all night long scared of tomorrow. Broke my alarm. Everything's almost lost. Pick it up slow before it's gone. Wish I'd have known.
I never thought I'd be so fragile.
You're not alone.
It didn't break before it's about to.
We've been here before.
I don't ever wanna change. I'm fragile. I don't ever.
Yo, I tell my son, go to school, do your work, follow rules, give it your all, reach for the stars. Ain't no way that you can ever lose. But in my mind I realized that at his age I was fucking miserable. It's pitiful the shit these wicked kids will do. They'll spit at you just to be rid of you. Caden, they'll pick at you, make it a ritual. I know it's cynical, hate is habitual. Hate can be minimal, lately it's critical. Maybe it's mentally, maybe it's physical. But yeah, the ridicule still trickles through the veins. Dad's here to lift and get you through the flames. Mom's here to mend and get you through the pain. By your side, still wishing for a change. I'm sorry every time they treat you wrong, and I'm sorry everybody can't get along. Sorry that nobody's talking to you. Every time you ride the bus, you have to sit alone. Face those who can't face us, never break those who try to break us. Just pray for those who hate us, cause we still care and that makes us
Fragile.
Wish I'd have known.
I never thought I'd be so fragile.
You're not alone.
It didn't break before it's about to.
We've been here before.
I don't ever wanna change. I'm fragile. I don't ever.
would have fell apart if it wasn't for this hellish heart that I keep in the dark.
working it's hard not to let you get a little peek of these scars from afar. No one to lend a hand, shoulder or an arm, just bizarre. Looks I hardly look back at parts of the past, cause awkward silences are just that. Awkward who's this monster? I become a doppelganger, a pastor of myself, and a mental health doctor sits so quiet. Silence gets so violent, a defiant time for the giant tyrant in me, while the therapist can make sense of what's going on behind my eyelids. And this is me going crazy dumb, and I give you a lady some, and I lick a lady come with a grady tongue until it makes me numb. Can someone please save me from myself? Love, why you hating one and no one love till you loving one? So I wrap my hands around you, squeeze till you break like me and become
fragile.
We're shining now.
I never thought I'd be so fragile.
You're not alone.
It didn't break before it's about to.
We've been here before.
I don't ever wanna change. I'm fragile. I don't ever.
Tell me that you love it, tell me that you hate me, tell me I'm the greatest, tell me I'm the one and only, tell your lies are so witness to the pain of me, leaving me so cold and lonely. I really wish that I could take this pain and hold it in, but I've been doing it for so long, couldn't take it, gave it to this pen, on this pad, on these ways, coming to crashing, on this brain, suddenly bashing, out this flame pop. Telling me the ghosts are really just a host of running, tell me that's not the way it goes, cause I'm up on the verge of mentally breaking it up. And why, oh why do I try so many times to understand how you can lie so many ways that you can't even fucking stand? I don't even know where we go or where this night will land, but I do know at the end of the road that you won't be able to comprehend that I'm we're shining now.
I never thought I'd be so fragile.
You're not alone.
It didn't break before it's about to.
We've been here before.
I don't ever wanna change. I'm fragile. I don't ever.
Welcome back to Agitate the Airwaves. That last song was Fragile by ATG, Dubflow, and Gorilla J. There was the Cypher remix of Fragile, that is. So if you liked that, make sure you come out tonight to Sonny's Bar, because Dubflow and Gorilla J are Egan's Rats, and they will be performing tonight after Puppet the Psycho Dwarf does his show. So make sure you come out. Again, tickets are available at the door for $10. The low price of $10. Listen, if you think that's expensive, you need help. Because if you go to any comedy show anywhere else in the city, you're paying at least double. At least double. I just went to a comedy show last weekend at another comedy club here in St. Louis, and I paid $20 to see a dude I never heard of before. It was still fun, but $10 to see 5 comedians, including freaking Puppet the Psycho Dwarf, who is the dude. All right, if you don't know who Puppet the Psycho Dwarf is, here's who Puppet the Psycho Dwarf is. He was on Jackass 3D. He was the guy in the scene with Wee Man, where Wee Man is sitting at the bar with another little person, female kind, and Puppet the Psycho Dwarf comes in and he says, "Hey, that's my girlfriend." Wee Man says, "I'm her man friend," and they start getting in a fight. And then a bunch of other little people come in and start jumping Wee Man with him, and then after all that, little people cops come running in, and then after that, little people ambulance drivers come in. So it was hilarious. Check it out. You just search Jackass 3D Puppet on Jackass 3D on YouTube. You'll find it. It's hilarious, and he will be here tonight only at Sonny's Bar for $10, performing stand-up, doing some stunts, some Jackass stunts, doing some crowd participation games, all kinds of cool stuff. Come out. It'll be a good time. $10, 9728 Lackland Road. Also, they got good pizza here. If you want some pizza or wings, best wings I've ever had in my life, right here at Sonny's Bar. So without further ado, though, let's play some more music. I don't talk a lot when I'm by myself, so we got Discrepancies up next. ACG's band, with The Awakening.
We gotta break through the safety, cause my mistakes are with maybe, and you can
broken with nothing to save me now. I don't have the strength to run every day, and this mess I made ain't going away. I must turn around and face my mistakes. I can't live this way. I've always thrown caution to the wind. I thought I'd get away with it. But here I am again. Yeah, here I am again. Always someone trying to teach a lesson. Learning nothing at all. 'Cause I'm just a girl who was never protected, and still I take the blame for every fall. I don't have the strength to run every day, and this mess I made ain't going away. I must turn around and face my mistakes. I can't live this way. Yeah. I've always thrown caution to the wind. I thought I'd get away with it. But here I am again. Yeah, here I am again. I'm still here somehow. Angels watch me now. I'm still here somehow. Angels watch me now. I'm still here somehow. I'm still here somehow. I've always thrown caution to the wind. I thought I'd get away with it. But here I am again. Yeah, here I am again. Always something just around the corner, coming to take me out.
He said I'm getting a real job. We said we'll see you back someday. Maybe next week with that same stone look upon your face. He said I'm missing something. Maybe I'll find it further south. Until then, I'll keep driving till the road runs out. My pockets, they're empty. There's nothing for me here. Oh, my best friend said we bet you wouldn't last a year. Well, I wish I could run away from all the troubles that money brings, so I can finally find out what life is really about. Well, I wish I could run away from all the troubles that money brings, so I can finally find out what life is all about. We're smoking, we're drinking all our lives away. The guard is all but lost while we're sinking into futons. Are we tripping or are we thinking straight? Was this the choice we made when we had other options? Well, I wish I could run away from all the troubles that money brings, and I can finally find out
Agitate the airwaves.
If I woke up tomorrow and I couldn't see my face in the mirror, my heart could open its hollow. I fly blind, but I'm never seen clearer. I'm sheep chasing sorrow. The soul is cold.
Welcome back to Agitate the Airwaves. That was Eat Sleep Catapult with, I can't pronounce the name, I'm going to go with Busperoni, whatever the name of that song was. But it's a good one. You can look at the bottom down there in the thing player and find out the name of the song, and you can search it and go look at the music video for yourself. Also, we got the Wild and Free before them with Never Really Knew Myself. They've got amazing music videos. You can check them out on YouTube as well. Both of those bands will be playing our birthday show this year on June 1st at Fubar, St. Louis. I don't know where I put my phone, so I can't tell you all the details, but those two bands will be on it, and it will be $10 for advance tickets, which are on sale right now. Also, here at Sonny's Bar on May 4th, it's a Saturday, will be the Sonny's Bar 4th Annual Bragging Rights Barbecue Competition. First, second, and third place cash prizes and trophies. Entry fee is $50 per team, limit to the first 25 teams. Turning categories will be pork ribs, pork steaks, and an ancillary... what the fuck word is this? Ancillary category supplied by the contest organizers. Ribs and steaks supplied by individual teams. Silent auctions, 50-50 drawings, raffles, food served after the competition for $8 a plate. So, that is sponsored by Sonny's Bar and 88 Foundation. 100% of the contest proceeds raised during this event are given to the 88 Foundation for College Scholarships, which means they give a scholarship to one student at Pattonville High School and one at Rittner High School. So support your community, come out, have a good time. If you would like to be a sponsor or to compete, contact James Poole or Wally Sivers. You can contact Wally Sivers at 636-262-0391 or James Poole at 314-651-9328. Or you can come up to Sonny's Bar at 9728 Lackland Road or call us at 528-8181 314 area code. And you know it's going to be a good time because there ain't no party like a pool party.
We gon' make it happen.
You already know who it is. Your boy 101. The exclusive. And I'm here right now with my big bro. I already told him. The streets finna go crazy for this one. Yeah, let's go.
We gon' make it happen one day. We gon' be on top one day, one day, one day, one day. You gon' be mine one day. My time coming one day, one day, one day. One day I'ma pull up off the lot in a brand new wheel. One day by my mom and daddy crib and tell them don't trip. One day tell my baby leave work, let's take a vacay. You been down for a nigga, so you deserve it, babe. Go hard, gotta grind 24. Stay away from these hating and these petty. If you did once, put your hands up, better rap your clip. Cause back then she ain't barely wanna talk, now she all on my dick. We gon' make it happen one day. We gon' be on top one day, one day, one day, one day. You gon' be mine one day. My time coming one day, one day. We out here, man, we ain't playing y'all. One day I'ma walk up in the club and it's all on me. One day I'ma buy what I want, ain't tripping off the feet. One day I'ma give her my card like happy birthday. You can spend what you want, it ain't no limit, babe. Go hard, gotta grind 24. Stay away from these hating and these petty. If you did once, put your hands up, better rap your clip. Cause back then she ain't barely wanna talk, now she all on my dick. Stupid ass. Hey, we gon' make it happen one
top of my game, so quitting's not an option. I ain't squeaky clean, but I'm polished. And one day I'ma pull off in that Rari. The cards dealt, you gotta play them. Cause it's a chance you won't make it before the shuffle finish. I'm like the part in the movie when the suspense build. And loud music start playing, let you know shit's real. Homie say you be rapping your little ass off. Keep going cause one day it's gon' pay off. Grind hard preseason through the regular season. So you know I show my ass in the playoffs. Player patience is a virtue. I'ma have that girl in the vert too. Last man standing, now I got the juice, call me cute. Look, I'm the last man standing, now I got the juice, call me cute.
We gon' make it happen one day. We gon' be on top one day, one day, one day, one day. You gon' be mine one day. My time coming one day, one day, one day, one day.
Lately I've been feeling so alone. Working 9 to 9 and playing show to show. Falling for these women, I have no control. Now I'm trying to find myself, I need to slow my roll. Focus on my goals, I've been feeling so alone. Got a feeling that your house is not a home. Said I'm leaving, she packed everything I own. No hesitation, feels like there's something I didn't know. Sometimes when you love someone, you gotta let them go. Hit the draw, bottles of that rosé. Switch the flow, searching through my phone, baby, no way. Jose, I couldn't care less what these hoes say. Okay, never going back to my old ways. All the negatives, gotta keep all that separate. I don't mean to sound desperate, but my love for you will never end. From the top of Mount Everest to the bottom of the deep blue sea, I've been trying to treat you equally. Now you barely speak to me, I'm feeling so alone. Working 9 to 9 and playing show to show. Falling for these women, I have no control. Now I'm trying to find myself, I need to slow my roll. Focus on my goals, I've been feeling
Agitate the
like I need a break to find my place in life. I wait till my fate decided. Patient mind was grateful to make it mine, but lately I've been feeling like a waste of time. So I've applied myself in every way to make it right. Blame myself because I think about you day and night. Could've treated each other better, I hate to fight, but now I'm spreading my wings and yeah, I'm taking flight, and that's right. Hoping that you do the same. Open up and free your brain. Girl, you're amazing, find some beauty through the pain. Sun shines after rain, but when it rains, yeah, it pours. In the calm before the storm. I've been feeling so alone, ain't got no one to talk to, so I'ma just pray to my Lord. I'm feeling so alone without you. Doing fine all on my own. Fell in love with that microphone. I hope you can sing along. I know you can't relate, but can you communicate? Cause I ain't done nothing wrong, but we all have made some mistakes. That ain't no reason to break. Then again, I needed my space, cause my best just wasn't enough. So we both went opposite ways. Our time together was great. Your apologies a bit late, but it's better late than never, cause you'll never find nobody like me. Lately I've been feeling so alone. Working 9 to 9 and playing show to show. Falling for these women, I have no control. Now I'm trying to find myself, I need to slow my roll. Focus on my goals, I've been feeling.
Does your band have what it takes to play at Busch Stadium? Join 105.7 The Point, Mazingo Music, and the St. Louis Cardinals for Battle at Busch, where local bands are invited to Busch Stadium for the opportunity to compete, fundraise, and play in front of fans before a Cardinals game. Finalists will receive a prize and be invited back to compete in the finals, with one winner taking home the grand prize. Slots are limited, so reach out today. For more info, visit cardinals.com/battle@bush.
Welcome back to Agitate the Airwaves, live from Sunny's Bar in Overland at 9720 Lackland Road. That last song was Reincarnate by Inner Outlines. They will be performing at Agitate the Airwaves Birthday Debauchery 2 at Foo Bar on June 1st. Tickets are $10 in advance or $12 day of show, and the event is all ages. It'll feature Frost Money, Retro Champ, The Wild and Free, Egan's Rats, Inner Outlines, Skylines, Eat Sleep Catapult, Smiley Boy Preach, and Rowan STL, as well as DJ Lee Bird DJing throughout the whole event. Again, you can get those tickets online at foobarstl.com, or you can hit up any of the opening acts, well, any of the acts in general, and get those tickets for the low, low price of $10. That is presented by Backstage Productions and Agitate the Airwaves and Sunny's Bar. We have Mikael Pryce here.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, what's been up with you? You're a local comedian. You do a lot of comedy and such all over the city, and
that's what comedians do. Comedy and such.
Comedy and such.
That's on my resume. Comedian under comedy and such.
Oh man! So, what originally got you into comedy? What made you want to do it to begin with?
Oh man! Well, I mean, just since I was a kid, I've always been obsessed with the art. Like I was always, watching Comedy Central Presents and just watching specials and stuff. And I was like, I always wanted to be a writer, but I never knew like what exactly I wanted to do. And I would always write short stories and my own little novels basically. And then once I discovered stand-up, I was like, oh, that's what I want to do with writing. And of course, as a kid, I really had no way to kind of outlet it. So I always just wrote jokes, and I always researched them online. I would always get on Google and just like look up jokes and stuff. I was just obsessed with the idea of it. And then I kind of just like always had it on the back burner. I never really like realized that you could just do it unless you just moved to New York or Los Angeles.
Right.
That's what you have to do, And so I was like, oh, well, there's nothing I can do with all these jokes. I just write it for fun. And then when I was like, I guess 20, my buddy at a party was like telling me about how he went to the Funny Bone open mic and do jokes, and I was like, wait, you can just do that? And he was like, yeah, man, I do it all the time. And I was like, all right, well, I'm definitely doing that. So I went up and tried my first open mic, and of course instantly became addicted to it and obsessed with it. And from that moment I really dedicated my life to it. Everything else I had going on, I quit college. I quit pretty much all the other little hobby stuff I had going on. I just started dedicating my life to that, and then 5 years later, here we are.
And you actually do even like you're doing like a lot of the booking and stuff at Funny Bone now, right?
Well, so I'm a regular performer at the Funny Bone, and then I have a monthly showcase that I run there, the Best of STL showcase. It's now the top rated and the highest attended comedy show in the city. I've been doing that for 2.5 years now, and so I only book for that. Like I book for that one
Right.
monthly show. I don't really do anything as far as like the weekends go and stuff, but that one monthly show I do there. I book for that, and I'm the sole producer of that, so I do everything for that show. But then I also, probably once every couple months, I'll do like a full week there, performing, opening for the national tour headliners coming through. But yeah.
It's awesome. So you say you started doing it when you were 20. So how long would that be that you were doing it?
About 5.
5 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
My 5-year anniversary was 2 weeks ago, actually.
Awesome. So what was the first time like? Your first time getting up there and doing it?
It's nerve-wracking at first. You're just like, you think you're going to forget all your lines and stuff. And I was just like, I was just pounding drinks, trying to, calm the nerves and stuff. And it's weird. They call it, stage adrenaline. It's like there's something about like no matter like if you're nervous or you're sick or like all these different things that could be going through your head. Like for something like about like once you hit the stage, the lights are on you, and it's there. It just kind of all sort of sets into place. It's like like moments before going on stage, I was like, oh my god, I forgot all my lines. I forgot everything I was gonna say, and I'm not gonna be able to do this. And I got up there and I was like, wait, all right, we're fine. It's fine. We can do this. And I think it's especially all about getting that first laugh, though. Like once you especially get that first laugh.
Yeah, it brings that confidence.
Yeah, it brings your confidence up. It brings the nerves down, and you kind of get into that sweet, mellow middle spot where you can just kind of go through it. And even if you don't get any more laughs, like that one laugh is what sets you off for the rest of the set. But so yeah, at first I was freaking out, didn't know if I was gonna be able to do it, and then yeah, just that first. I think it helped a lot that my first, the whole set went really well, because even from there, like honestly, the next 5 times were pretty much awful, but that first time going well was like what gave me the confidence to just like.
That's what I'm waiting on.
It's like it gives you that confidence to just like keep going, keep doing it. The the first couple of years are going to be 9 out of 10 times mostly just bomb and crickets and I mean it's I would say probably 90% of the people who come up to the Funny Bone Drop for open mic, like their first time, I would say they do it one time and they're done. I would say another 5% stay at least for like a year and then quit, and then the other 5% actually continue.
And a lot of people don't realize, like, it's just like with anything else. You're never going to be good at something the first time you try it. It takes time and continuing to do it over and over and over again, and eventually you're going to get better with practice.
Exactly. Well, that's the problem with like things like Netflix specials, is that like people see that and they're like,
oh my God, he was born this good.
Yeah, exactly. people. That's the truth, though. I mean, like anything, it's like when you see professionals doing things, you're not seeing their process. You're just seeing.
Yeah. Once they get good, they go back and delete the old videos.
Right. Or I mean, yeah. They just. People who are good now, people who are that good now, like when like that long ago, there wasn't even wasn't YouTube back then. Like, that's how long it takes to get that good. Is that like it's you won't even see videos of people of like open mics of like the biggest comedians today. I mean, well, that's the thing, is that even the biggest comedians today still bomb. Like you, still, like as a comedian, no matter how good you are, you will still bomb. But like you're seeing their best stuff on Netflix. People think that they just walk out and start doing that right off the bat.
Like people don't realize that most comedians have tons of jokes, and they just piece them together for a show, and then like you're saying with the Netflix specials, they're piecing together their best jokes. And if you know, like I used to love Dane Cook until I watched 2 of his comedy specials, and he recycled jokes in the fucking comedy specials. Like, dude, come on, man. We've already heard this. It was on your last special.
Yeah, I've never understood, like, I mean, I understand, like, as far as comics doing that, like, I understand when a comic will, like, they'll have some jokes from, like, their first album recording that wasn't very big and people really, like, never really listened to.
But these were just 2 big
have, like,
ones.
Now they have, like, a Comedy Central special, and they put a couple of those.
Yeah.
Like, well, most people didn't hear those jokes, so, like, yeah, I get that. But I've never understood why some people will, like, some comics will, like, if it's a big special that, like, everybody already heard, and then you're putting them into the next one, it's like, well, it's like you already know, like, anyone who's watching this one probably watched this one. So I've never understood that, but like I do get it if like someone like will they have a few jokes from like their very first comedy album that like no one even heard anyways.
Like
except for like the diehard fans.
For instance, like have you watched the Ellen DeGeneres special?
Yeah.
That was hilarious, but I could see her using some older jokes because most people nowadays are not going to know her older shit because she hasn't done stand-up. Well, I think she said it was been like 20 years or something like that.
Yeah, like 25. I think it was like 25 years. Yeah, she's that's the thing is like most people. It's funny, like a lot of people don't even know that Ellen DeGeneres was a stand-up comedian. They
don't know that a lot of people were stand-up comedians. Like all the Late Show hosts were stand-up comedians for the most part.
Most comedy actors were stand-up comedians. I mean, like, yeah, there's anybody that's like famous now from a movie. It's like, I mean, I remember when I was younger, I didn't know that when I first saw The Hangover, I didn't know that Zach Galifianakis was a stand-up comedian.
Yeah,
like most funny actors were stand-up comedians. That's kind of like a stepping stone for a lot of folks that want to do funny acting. Is they'll start out as stand-up comedians. Because
what they'll do is they'll move to L.A., start performing at those clubs, the bigger clubs there, like the what's it called, the Pauly Shore's, the Comedy Store, doing shows there, and like everyone's going there, so then they get seen there, and then they get invited for casting calls and stuff like that, and then it's a step up to that next level. But so one of my biggest issues that I have is I will make a joke and I will think it's hilarious and I'll post it on Facebook and then I'm like, fuck, I just wasted that joke. But
that's if anything, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like
I think it's a good way to test it to see what reactions are.
Sure.
But I always felt like I was like, well, everyone's on my Facebook. There'll be people coming to the show and I'm like, yeah, I already saw that.
I mean, here's the thing: is that's a good way to test it because like even if it doesn't like get a bunch of likes or whatever.
Right.
I mean, for one, the whole concept of stand-up comedy is like how different it is from like reading it to actually seeing. Because like I mean, there's everything from body language to emphasis on a certain word that you can't do when you're posting it, but you can still kind of test the funniness of the actual writing of it on there. And worst case scenario, if like people are commenting like, you know, this is dumb or like blah, blah, like at worst case scenario, you can just kind of like just log it off. Be like, well,
yeah,
never mind, I'm not gonna try this out. But like, there's no reason definitely if like especially if it does well or people like responding well to it to take it to stage because people don't remember your posts and your jokes as much as you think they do, like as much as
right.
you, like because I used to do that all the time. Like I would post something and then think that, and then I would go, well, maybe I'll try it out, and I did, and it got a big reaction. But it's like, most of the people that you're like, if you're taking it to a show, they didn't even see your Facebook post. Probably, like, it's probably not the same. I don't think very many of them
Facebook limits shit. So
I don't think a whole lot of those are overlapping.
Yeah.
And then also, and a lot of them are not remembering it because that was one of the biggest problems with, or at least what I thought was a problem when I was with my show is that I have a lot of regulars at my monthly show, and I would think that like, I have to come up with like so much new material every time, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't really, because even though like we had some regulars that came like 4 months in a row, and several of my jokes I told like all 4 months, they like I could see them in the audience, they would still laugh or they would still enjoy it, because you like just because you're telling them all the time, you know them so well that you think that other people know them so well, or being like because we're like such big fans of other famous comedians. Well, if we hear like you said with telling the same jokes as specials, it's like you thought of that because now that you're doing comedy, it's almost like you're kind of analyzing and studying comedy.
Right.
But then, so when you hear it in another special, you're like, oh, I already know that because you were thinking about it so hard. It's like people don't really like listen to comedy the same way that comedians do. Like they just they'll enjoy it, but then they don't really like think.
It's kind of the same thing with music too.
They just kind of log it away out of their memory.
Yeah.
And they hear it again, even a month later, and it's like a new joke to them again. It's like they weren't really thinking about it. They just. So I mean, I guess if they hear the same jokes like a ton of times, then it starts to, be like, okay, now I really remember this, and it's not going to be as funny this time. But I think for the most part, people don't remember jokes as much as we think they do.
Right.
And you can get away with a lot more than you think.
Yeah, I think the average person just passively listens to everything. It's kind of like the same with music. Like I'm the type of person, like I sit there and like I study the lyrics as I'm listening to it. Right. And then I'll be trying to get her like, just listen to the lyrics. We just listen to the lyrics, and then they don't, and it pisses me off. And I'm like, just listen.
Yeah,
but
it's true though. People just are very passive about it. They just kind of enjoy it as it goes by, and then they put it away, and they're on to the next. We have especially nowadays because people have such a short attention span.
Yes,
is that like everything is just a very quick. If they enjoy something, they enjoy it, give it a like, and throw it away. It's just like, so I mean, in a way. I mean, in a lot of ways that sucks for entertainers nowadays, but in another way it's good because you can get away with, repeating some things,
right,
and they won't even know because they weren't paying that much attention. They just enjoyed it, and then they moved on to the next thing.
Yeah, that was one of my issues too. Like, my first time, I think I did pretty well. There were some jokes that landed completely flat, but there were some that did very well, but then I didn't want to reuse them again. And then I had to come up with new stuff every single time, and then it just, I don't know, it kind of got stale, and then it was kind of hard for me to remember the new ones because I had studied the old ones so hard, and then the new ones I was like a week of, I'm like, all right, I get new stuff, and I thought of this new stuff, and then I got up on stage, and I'm like, I don't remember the new stuff.
Yeah, well, that's a very common misconception when you first start coming, because that's what I did too, is like for the first 10 open mics I did, I would never do any of the same jokes, thinking that was what it was to do comedy. Like you were just constantly coming up with brand new stuff. But that's the thing, is that you learn that it's the exact opposite. Is comedians will tell the same jokes for the longest time, at every open mic for for months, just to if anything, you're just crafting and perfecting a certain joke. I mean, the best comedians that you see, like if you're watching them if you happen to follow them to every open mic, you would hear them telling the same joke but tweaking it just a tad every time. It's like every joke is being
fine-tuning it, yeah.
And until you find the exact inflection on every syllable, like the perfect amount of words, no filler words, just as tight and compacted and perfectly constructed as possible, to where you can get the same amount of laughs in the shortest amount of time. It's like that's the biggest, like if you listen to any big comic trying to give tips, they're always just saying trim the fat. Just basically, like Mike Birbiglia said, he was like, any joke that you write, try to rewrite it with the least amount of words possible to still get that laugh, because the whole point is your like kind of laughs per minute.
Right.
You want to be getting as many laughs in that time. So if you're using all this filler, it's like, well, you could have been doing more jokes and getting more laughs than use just all these filler words that you're using, because it especially over a 10 to 20 minutes of time, that those fillers like end up costing you a couple minutes. It's like a couple minutes of laughs that you could have been getting.
So basically, college English class was preparing me for comedy, because she kept on telling me, stop using all the filler words to take up space.
Dude, that's a perfect example. That is a perfect example. It's like college English was so good at that. It
drove me nuts. So I'm like, right.
Well, yeah, because like like when you're
you gotta write 5 pages or whatever.
Exactly. You're just trying to fill up space. Like that's all you're like. You're doing the exact opposite. You're just trying to get as many words in as possible and still like make it worth turning in. But
like I would look up almost every single word. I would try and look up a longer version of the word.
Yep.
And then on the period, I would raise the font really high of the period only. And people don't realize, like, it's a small difference that's not noticeable, but think about how many periods you have on a page, and it takes up a lot of space.
If you use that much time to actually put into your paper, maybe
there's this one time
trying to think of how to cheat.
There's this one time I submitted the same paper to the 2 different classes. It was awesome. Got A's on both of them.
Nice.
They didn't make me do the whole thing where you have to put it online to see if it's plagiarized. But yeah, so tonight everyone needs to come out here tonight to Sonny's Bar for the puppet show, fucking live comedy and action show, stunt, whatever it's called. It's the longest fucking title of a show ever. But we'll have puppet. We'll have Mikael Pryce here. We'll have Ron Finger, Jonathan May, hosted by Mark Bland. I'll be doing a little bit. I think I'm going to do like 5 minutes because I don't have that big of a catalog yet. Yeah, I'm just starting out. Yeah. It was Preston Lacey was supposed to be my first show. Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
Well, so this will be my 5th show, I believe. So we've been doing shows here, which have basically been open mics, but more like booked open mics. But we've been doing them here like once a month for the last couple months. And then, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wish that open mics, like if open mics were on the weekend, it'd be so much better. Yeah, I'll have to research it some. Yeah, because during the week is hard for me. All right. Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, that's the thing is that most of the time, yeah, it's like the special, like the post show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I'll check it out, though. But yeah, tonight, Sonny's Bar, all of that. Plus, we have 2 musical acts. We'll have Tom Kennedy, and then we'll have Egan's Rats after Puppet is done. And then we'll have a DJ set after that with DJ Dizzy. All of that for $10. Come on out. It'll be a good time. We're going to take a short music break, and we'll be back with more Mikael Pryce here on Agitate the Airwaves.
Yeah. Okay. DFG, we about to fucking kill this track. Hope nobody notice me. I'm not ready to be noticed. See, rolling dirty, I'm ghost low key. Never find me off focus. We ain't got time for no jokery. Boy, I'm not talking about potpourri. Straight moving O's to that notice bleed. Lime green, have you floating weed? Flying high like I'm overseas. Never popping pills, man. Fuck OCs. Got so much money, she'll fuck for me. Boy, I'm so fly, she fuck for free. If you're not making money, then fuck with me. DFG is my fucking team. And if we catch you sleeping, then that's a dream. Come to life. Fuck with us, we take your life. Don't piss us off, boy. We won't think twice. If you feel lucky, then roll them dice. Just hope you rolls precise. Your pride's my asking price. Don't need no gun or knife to turn off all your lights. Boy, I'ma eat you up like rice before I chase you down like Sprite. Hope nobody notice me. I'm not ready to be noticed. See, rolling dirty, I'm ghost low key. Never find me off focus. We ain't got time for no jokery. Boy, I'm not talking about potpourri. Straight moving O's to that notice bleed. Lime green, have you floating weed? Hope nobody notice me. I'm not ready to be noticed. See, rolling dirty, I'm ghost low key. Never find me off focus. We ain't got time for no jokery. Boy, I'm not talking about potpourri. Straight moving O's to that notice bleed. Lime green, have you floating weed?
Hey, hey. Rest in peace to you fuck niggas. I'm rolling peace when I'm packing swishers. Keep the chopper if I drop a body, they gon' make a shirt with your fucking picture. Don't sip lean, I'll chug a picture. Got your sister calling me papa, then I make her kick rocks like that bitch playing a game of soccer. DFG and GCB, goddamn that is one hell of a team. Selling this dope, making hella cream. Getting this shit from across the sea. Don't mind the smell, it's the coffee bean. Turn it up when I pop a beam. Them niggas you with looking like some beans. Stay away from my team.
Hope nobody notice me. I'm not ready to be noticed. See, rolling dirty, I'm ghost low key. Never find me off focus. We ain't got time for no jokery. Boy, I'm not talking about potpourri. Straight moving O's to that notice bleed. Lime green, have you floating weed? Hope nobody notice me. I'm not ready to be noticed. See, rolling dirty, I'm ghost low key. Never find me off focus. We ain't got time for no jokery. Boy, I'm not talking about potpourri. Straight moving O's to that notice bleed. Lime green, have you floating weed?
Hey, 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 hey. It's DFG and we been some beasts. Don't come at me unless you want some G's. You can hit the drive-thru if you want a piece. I'll give you that combo with number 3. Be a rapper, weed, that's a recipe. I brought the team up just to flex with me. And if you find a hater, then that's rest in peace. No sympathy for an entity. I flip my beats up in the streets and beat my meat up in the sheets. Like TLC, I'm a fucking creep. Can't shut me up, I'm a fucking speak. My rhymes will hit you like a jerky knee. You don't really want me to start focusing? Bubba.
Yeah, homie, that's right. AF, they said he very, he petty. AF, PETT. Yeah, homie, that's right. AF, they said he very, he petty. AF, they say you shouldn't take pride in other people's demises, but my mama always told me, don't knock it till you try it. PETT. Yeah, homie, that's right. AF, they said he very, he petty. AF,
You know we're in the building every time that we kill it. I promise that they gon' fill it up inside they chest. Where everything they pretend to be, they know we bring the energy, and really that appears to be why they fret. Cause I give it everything inside of me, and honestly, I don't even really know why they test. A rapper that's gotta be better yet, obviously P-E-T-T-Y-A-F. When I was at the bottom, you would just hate. Now you got problems and I think it's great. Empathy, something that I cannot fake. I'ma fuck around and LOL right in your face like, they fucked my car up. I gotta get my shit fixed. I don't know who did it. That's what you get, bitch. Don't get fucked up for being a dumb fuck. Whenever you step into us, you better be stepping it up. You better be ready to rush. We're ready and petty as fuck. We come from the era of luck if you buck. Go right ahead, run up and get stuck. They ask you what happened, just say it was us. The black dude and the white guy with the nunchuck. I'm steady representing, I ain't quitting, I ain't finished. I'ma get it till it ain't nothing left. But I have conquered these rhymes, so maybe it's time that I put my mic on the shelf. Lord knows that I've tried and I've tried to resign. Can't deny that I really might need help. I don't know why, I'm just that type of guy. When the beat sounds fly, I get high and dive in. Felt P-E-T-T-Y. Yeah, homie, that's right. A-F, A-F. They said he very, he petty. A-F, P-E-T-T-Y. Yeah, homie, that's right. A-F, A-F. They said he very, he petty. A-F. Go ahead and talk your shit now. Just know revenge is ugly, but karma's got her tits out. And boy, do they look lovely. I'm P-E-T-T-Y. Yeah, homie, that's right. A-F, A-F. They said he very, he petty. A-F.
First name Tom, last name Petty. Ready, set, go, but he said ain't ready. Cut ties with a machete cause I'm edgy. And when you having problems, I throw a party and throw confetti. Cause I remember those times in the classroom. I remember y'all laughing when I would pass through. But when you see me now, when I'm laughing too, it ain't with you, homie, I'm laughing at you. It's all attitude. We up ladders, you go down shoots. I wasn't petty, but I'm about to. Cause you done coughed up flow in a foul mood. So I'ma fuck around and sign up on this round two. Like I can't afford my court fees. They done locked up my other brother. My own people don't support me. Ha, that's what you get, motherfuckers. And all you other assholes who also rap, who think you the shit, but don't even come close to crap. You talk a lot of beef, but we be roasting that. You know I'm the scene, believe me, we toast to that. I ain't supposed to laugh, but homie, I'm crying, I'm dying. I'm so fucking defiant, I don't see why they trying. When they ask you who did it, admit it. The white guy and the black dude with the heart of a lion. And go and talk your shit, cause you heard of me. And act like you ignore us, but karma got her ass out twerking. And I got a score, just they ain't ready for us. I got my thumb on the star button, ready enough. I'm petty as fuck, they don't know what I'm on. I'm the bomb.com. Last name Petty, first name Tom.
P-E-T-T-Y. Yeah, homie, that's right. A-F, A-F. They said he very, he petty. A-F, P-E-T-T-Y. Yeah, homie, that's right. A-F, A-F. They said he very, he petty. A-F. In high school, you would curve me. You told me I was thirsty. Ooh, girl, you should have heard me. But I heard you got the herpes. I'm P-E-T-T-Y. Yeah, homie, that's right. A-F, A-F. They said he very, he petty. A-F.
5-minute penalty to Chicago, a game misconduct, and then Manson having words with Steven. And now Butcher gets into it. We're going to have a brawl, folks. Stand by.
Just not luck if it's been your own damn mind. At this point, why even try? Another wrong shot is swallow all the sun. Whoa, I know I've had enough. This night's over. I'm not sober. I'm overthinking, overdrinking about it. This night's over. I'm not sober. I'm overthinking, overdrinking about it. Go ahead and call it a run. And pack your bags when things get rough. I've been here this whole damn time. I'm through playing games without a puck. Wouldn't kill you once just to give a fuck. Shit's not okay. Shit's not okay. But I'm alright. This night's over. I'm not sober. I'm overthinking, overdrinking about it. This night's over. I'm not sober. I'm overthinking, overdrinking about it. Think about all of the rounds we emptied out through the years. Drink about all of the times we should have died, but we're here. Think about all of the rounds we emptied out through the years. Drink about all of the times we should have died, but we're here. Think about all of the rounds we emptied out through the years. Drink about all of the times we should have died. We're still here. This night's over. I'm not sober. I'm overthinking, overdrinking about it. This night's over. I'm not sober. I'm overthinking, overdrinking about it. We emptied out. We should have died. Drink about all of the times we should have died. We should have died. Think about all of the rounds we emptied out. We should have died. Drink about all of the times we should have died, but we're still here.
Welcome back to Agitate the Airwaves, live from Sonny's Bar in Overland at 9728 Lackland Road. Just a reminder, Saturday, May 11th, here at Sonny's Bar will be the Sonny's Bar 4th Annual Bragging Rights Barbecue Competition with first, second, and third place cash prizes and trophies. Entry fee is $50 per team, limit to first 25 teams. Turning categories include pork ribs, pork steaks, and an ancillary category supplied by the contest organizers. Ribs and steaks supplied by the individual teams. There will be silent auctions, 50-50 drawings, raffles, food served after the competition for $8 per plate. 100% of the proceeds will be 100% of the contest proceeds raised during this event will be given to the 88 Foundation for College Scholarships, which will be giving one scholarship to a student at Pattonville High School and one to a Rittner High School student. Come out and support your local community. If you would like to participate or sponsor, contact Wally Sievers at 636-262-0391 or James Poole at 314-651-9328. Or you can actually contact Sonny's Bar. We still have Mikael Pryce here with us. So recently you had to change your name.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Whoa, what a debacle. So, long story short, basically, there's this sketch comedian YouTuber named Max Pryce who has a pretty large following. He has like 20,000 YouTube subscribers, has thousands of views on his videos. Well, I knew about this a long time ago, and it wasn't a big deal. I didn't think it was ever going to be an issue. Well, the problem is that he looks a decent amount like me. He has long hair, wears a backwards hat, and of course, he wears a St. Louis Rams hat, like of all things. Like he lives in Australia, but he wears a St. Louis Rams hat. And he has, being a sketch comedian, he obviously has all sketch videos, but he has one stand-up video, and it's of him, his first time. He's doing an open mic, and it's terrible. Like obviously, as anyone could imagine, your first time you suck, and it's really bad. But the problem is that like over the last couple months, just that I know of, I had like 4 people hit me up. Talked about like, oh yeah, I searched you on YouTube and found this video, blah blah, and talking like they thought it was me, and I realized that like people are going on YouTube, searching me and finding him and seeing his god awful video and thinking it's me, and I tried to think of all different courses I could take to kind of to keep from having to change my name, but honestly, I really, because if 4 people alone like that actually talk to me about it, I mean, I can't imagine how many are just not saying anything when they search it and stuff, and and that's affecting people who come to my show, because the reason people are kind of searching my name is because like my show at the Funny Bone is very popular, and my name is attached to it as the host and producer, and so people will search me before they decide to come to the show, and so now that's affecting people coming to the show once they search me and find this guy, and unless someone actually knows me, they don't realize the differences. Like he looks enough like me that they can see this guy and think it's me. It's just like all of the worst coincidences possible. It's like one time he does stand up, has the same name, wears a St. Louis Rams hat, wears his hat backwards with long hair. It's like how many different, he's tall, white, and skinny, just like me. It's like how can you even like every single awful coincidence you could think of to basically wear, like, because I mean, even if it was another comedian named Max Pryce, like I would normally not care, because for the most part, if someone has your same name, they at least don't look just like you. It's like, so it's just.
What if he traveled from a different dimension and it is you? And just in from a different dimension, so it's different consequences. He's Australian now. You're Australian in that dimension.
All right, I didn't realize this became the Joe Rogan podcast. All right, so is that what we're doing now? All right, pull the video up. Okay. Yeah, so it was just, it's so annoying. I didn't want to do it in the first place, but I mean, it got down to a point where like I kind of had to. And it was just getting annoying having to tell people that's not me, and like I basically, just to save save myself any trouble and future headaches, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna, I just changed the I to Y in my last name, and then here's the thing: is Michael's actually my legal name, like that's my real birth name. Max has been my nickname since I was a little kid, so I've just always gone by that. But technically, Mikael Pryce is my real name. So, I mean, more than anything, it's just going back to my real name. But, like, people don't. And then, obviously, changing the spelling of the last name. But I just did that to make, like, absolutely positively sure that no way this will never be an issue again. Because, like, I don't ever want to have to deal with this again. Because there's a lot of rebranding I have to do. I just did this, like, last week.
Yeah.
And so now I'm having to change everything from the ads to the posters to or just, I mean, even I
was gonna update the flyer for today, but you kept on changing your name.
Yeah, no. I kept on. Yeah, just don't even worry about that. I'm not worried about that or anything. I'm still trying to, just more figure it. I'm still trying to remember it for myself. Like the other day, I went up on stage and the host even remembered to bring me up as Michael Pryce, and then as I got off, I was like, all right, thanks guys, I'm Max Pryce. I go, oh wait, shit, I'm Michael Pryce. Like I couldn't even remember to do it.
Identity crisis.
Yeah, exactly. So I know. So I'm like, yeah, it's been a whole ordeal.
Yeah, because I can understand like how that could be. That can be like even beyond someone else having the same name and all the likenesses and stuff, but like even changing the name and making sure that it doesn't affect the following you already have.
Right. Well, that's kind of why. That's kind of why I was so. I mean, like I posted about it a lot on because like I would say the majority of my following like comes from my Instagram and stuff. I do like a lot of stuff on there. So like I was posting a lot on there and like just making sure that everyone knew. That's why I posted several times on both like posts and my story and stuff, just like so that everyone it reached everyone. Everyone could see kind of the issue and like why I was doing it. The other thing was that I didn't want to have to like answer the same question over and over again. I was like, people were like, why'd you change your name, blah, blah, blah. So like I posted a ton of times just telling people like this is the issue, this is why I'm doing it, this isn't just like for fun, this isn't some dumb thing I'm doing, like, and yes, I have looked at all other possibilities to try to keep from having to change my name, but this is just what I have to do, blah blah blah. So but I still have people like, wait, why'd you do that, or why don't you just do it this way, or why don't you just do this thing? And it's like, no, I've already thought of that, and it's not a choice I can make. So
right. Yeah.
It's gonna take a little while. I mean, honestly, it'll probably be at least like 6 months or so for it to really fully be rebranded and everything. Because I know there's still gonna be a lot of people who, don't know that I did that, and hear that name and be like, wait, what? I thought it was Max Pryce. So I mean, it'll be a while, but it's in the long run, it'll definitely be better.
Yeah.
It's just it would be a whole headache and monstrosity of issues with this guy, because this guy, like, he's always gonna have a leg up on me in the sense that he has thousands of YouTube subscribers for sketch comedy, and he owns a small media business, so he's he knows how to keep his name up on on YouTube,
right,
and, like, all that stuff, like he knows that, like, all those little tricks and stuff, like. So, like, no matter what, when people search me, they'll find him first,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's better to just get it out of the way now and not have to deal with it even in an even worse outcome later on.
Yeah, we had the similar issue because the show was named something else whenever we first started, and then, like, 6 months in, we had an issue and had to change the name, and it took a little time to bounce back, but then because we changed the name, I think it helped us, because it was Agitate the Airwaves is way easier to pronounce than the last show name we had, and because it was Subservient Radio, and then people would like mispronounce it subservient and all kinds of weird shit. So like people never knew how to spell it.
Agitate the Airwaves is probably better.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, cleaner and more concise, and like
right.
It fits together.
Yeah, and once we changed it, we started getting a lot more traction, like almost immediately. So sometimes a little brand change can help out a lot, and I think it'll work out for you for real.
I have a cool logo out of it too.
Yeah, it's a lot better than the old one.
Yeah, I like that.
It looks better on clothing, which is always nice.
I mean, I don't know what your last one was, but I mean that looks.
The last one it was basically just a skull.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, everybody's got a skull.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a skull, and then the A in the name was an anarchy sign.
Got it.
But it wasn't like the logo was way more edgy than we were. So we weren't living up to what we were putting out there.
Welcome to Subservient Radio. Today we're going to talk about 12 vegan tips that you and your dog can learn together.
Oh man. So who are your inspirations when it comes to comedy? Like who have you looked up to?
Let's see. My number one definitely is Nate Bargatze. He's incredible. Gary Goldman for sure. John Mulaney. Bill Burr, and then let's see, who would say this? Yeah, I would say. I mean, that would be like my Mount Rushmore. I used to say like those
John Mulaney is hilarious. I actually, back in 2012, I think it was, I worked for Verizon, and we sponsored the Hunger's No Laughing Matter that year.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever he came and did it at the pageant, and got to meet him and stuff, it was really awesome. He's a really cool guy.
Oh my god, yeah, he's incredible. Yeah, I would say those are like the four that I've drawn a lot of my style and inspiration from, and just like Gary Goldman actually has something you should check out. He's doing for the year 2019. Every single day, he's tweeting a writing tip, and he's going to do it for the entire year. So it's going to be 365 writing tips, and they're really, really, really good and very useful. So I go up on his Twitter every day to see, because I mean he is one of the most legendary, fantastic comedic writers. I mean it's insane. Like if you, he has like 4 or 5 albums on Spotify that you can check out. But I mean his writing is just, I mean he's a very you can tell, like, I mean he's a very learned, knowledgeable person. Like he reads a lot, and he's got just the most brilliantly concise, perfect way to describe things, and he has perfect words for everything, and it's just, his writing is just unbeatable. And he's just like giving out all these tips on Twitter, which is pretty, I mean most people would charge a bunch of money for you to take a class, learn all this stuff, and he's just putting it out there for free, because he's like very anti charging people to learn about how to do comedy.
Yeah, I saw some other comedy club in St. Louis is doing classes, and it's outrageous the amount they're charging for it.
Yes, that is something whatever. Do your whatever. I don't know. It's not something I particularly agree with, but he's just doing it for free. I mean, because that's the thing, is that for the most part you just have to do it. You just like, that's how you learn as you go. You just like little tips and tricks and that you learn along the way or what help you. But like for the most part, taking a class for it is just. I don't agree with that. But I mean, whatever. If that's how you're gonna feel comfortable getting into it, then sure. But I mean, he's giving out more information that you could get out of any of these classes, and all for free. So I mean, check Gary Goldman's Twitter if you're a comic, or at least you're trying to become a comic, or whatever. I mean, if you are a comic trying to become a comic, whatever. I mean. It's
or even if not, it'll help you know the process more, even if you're just a fan.
Yeah, or even if you're not you don't want to be a comedian. If you just you like to write short stories, or you like to write, not any kind of writer. Like he's just giving out writing tips. Like most of it, like a lot of the tips are like specifically for comedy, but I mean a lot of it is just stuff that as a writer in general you could use. I mean it's really incredible stuff. But he's putting out a tip every single day, and I screenshot it, and then I write. I've just to kind of keep it more concise and in one place. I just kind of have a note in my phone for it, and just I'm just been writing down all the tips in my notes on my phone. But it is, it's. I mean, since I started, it was in January, so he's probably got 60. He's got 70 tips now, but I would say I've felt that I've learned things that I wouldn't have thought of, and I feel like a couple of jokes I've written recently came from using the tips that he gave on Twitter. So definitely, I mean, he's incredible.
I'll check that out.
Nate Bargatze. Now, the first person I mentioned, Nate Bargatze, he's someone that a lot of people don't. He's not a superstar household comic name yet, but I think he's going to be soon. He actually has a Netflix special coming out.
There it is. He's gonna.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
It's called The Tennessee Kid, That'll be coming out soon. But I mean, he has a Comedy Central special, and then Netflix came out with that thing, the stand-ups. Which is just like,
I watched that.
Yeah, so the first season, he was the first comic.
Okay.
He was on that, but he is absolutely incredible. Like, I mean, talk about like a guy who, I mean, it's so important to be able to have your writing, your material, and your delivery just sync up perfectly. Because that's one of the hardest things is like when you're first starting is you're trying to like figure out your body language and kind of figure out how to deliver the material you write and blah blah blah. You kind of find your voice and stuff.
Right.
And like he's such a perfect example of like, when you watch him, just he has that very mild Southern accent. It's not like thick to where you're like, oh, it's Larry the Cable Guy on the comedy tour, the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, or whatever. So it's just like it doesn't sound like a hick, but like. It's just like it's almost like it makes him sound like innocent, and he what's amazing about him is he does not like, he's so perfectly clean. I mean, he doesn't curse, he doesn't talk about anything real dirty.
And that's the hard stuff.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Doing clean comedy is hard.
So hard. But like that's the thing is like you don't even, when you're listening to it, you're not even really thinking about how clean it is, because he doesn't like a lot of comics, if they have to do clean, they kind of try to make up for it by being super animated and wild and loud and blah blah blah.
Right.
He's just that good of a writer that he just he talks very slow and mild mannered and chill and stuff, and he just has such a hilarious delivery, and his writing is so concise and perfect that like you're not even thinking like that it's clean until like you get to the end of the special and you're like, he didn't say a single curse word and he didn't talk about a single dirty subject that entire time. You're like, I was just enjoying it the whole time. It's like, now don't get me wrong, I love Brian Regan. I think Brian Regan's amazing, but like I think a lot of what makes him what helps him make up for being so clean is the fact that he is so wild, just like animated and loud and crazy and out there. And it's like, and he's like, you see like Nate Bargatze, and it's like he doesn't have to do anything to make up for being clean. He's just hilarious. Like he's just a brilliant writer. And if you've never watched Nate Bargatze, I highly, highly, highly recommend him. He doesn't get much better than that. But yeah, and then he has the Tennessee Kid coming out on Netflix on March, I think it's the 27th. I can't remember. I remember it was late March, but definitely be on the lookout for that, because he is one of the absolute best comedians working today. And I hope that after this, like, he becomes a household name, because he deserves it. Like he's just amazing.
So, who are some of your favorite local comedians?
Favorite local comedians? So, let's see. I would say, one of my closer friends in comedy, definitely Nathan Norton. He's also just an amazing comic. I mean, he's the only one who's won the funniest person in St. Louis from both comedy clubs. Rafe Williams, Bobby Jaycox, Tina D-Ball, Stefan Hightower, Kenny Kynes, Angela Smith. There's so many. I mean, that's the thing, is that like there's so many that I'm not naming. Right, Charlie Winfrey. I mean, I could seriously go on and on right now, honestly, because that's the thing about St. Louis, is it has such a highly concentrated amount of talent. It's like, of all the cities I've been to where I just drop in open mics or like go shows and stuff, it's like you have to sit through a lot of pretty terrible comics to get to a good comic. I feel like St. Louis, there's so much, there's so many more good comics than there are bad comics, when the ratio is the exact opposite anywhere else. It's like you sit through a lot of good comics to get to a bad comic. Like there's so many, there's a lot of.
It's kind of like a gift and a curse, though, because it's kind of the same situation in the music scene. It's hard for anyone to stand out if there's so many good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if anything, I mean, but that's kind of, but that's the thing, though, is that like, it's not really a competition. Like, if anything, you want to have a city of great comics, because that's how you get your city recognized. Like that.
Right.
That's the thing about the comedians here is we're trying to get something bigger than what am I trying to say here? Like we're considered a flyover area,
Right.
you know, in entertainment, and that's what the whole Flyover Fest comedy festival that's gone on the last 2 years is about, is trying to make a name for ourselves and not just be some Passover place that nobody looks to for comedy, but like when in reality we should be one of those places like, you know, like Denver and Chicago that have like, you know, like that everybody looks to for the, you know, best comedians, is like you should be looking here. I mean, we've had several comics just within the last couple of years move to LA. Like, I mean, let's see, Vincent Bryant just moved to Chicago a couple years ago. Now he's, you know, been on Comedy Central. Reggie Edwards moved to New York City. Andrew Frank moved to Chicago. I mean, he just won Best Comedian in Missouri by Thrillist magazine. I mean, Nikki Glazer and is from here. Kathleen Madigan, Cedric the Entertainer, Lavelle Crawford. We have so many huge names from here. It's like so many great comics are coming from here. Just like they got big in those other cities, but that's because that's where you have to go. It's like they started here though. Like they became those awesome comedians here in St. Louis, and it's like, but the whole thing is like, I mean, I think a lot of comics try to look at each other as competition when really you should just be looking at each other as your
resources,
coworkers. Resources and coworkers. Like you're working together to make the city stand out, and people, you know, you want people to look at this as a comedy town or, you know, an entertainment town. It's like there's so, I mean, not just comedy. Like there's so much incredible talent in St. Louis and art in general. I mean, just comedy, music, photography, painting, dancing. I mean, graffiti, like anything you can think of. I have seriously met some of those talented people in the city, and people don't really think of it that way.
Yeah. Well, I was just telling James, the owner of Sonny's, earlier, like we're only playing local music today, and typically I'll sprinkle in some like national music and stuff, but like today I just realized while playing all these back to back, I'm like, damn, there's so much talent in St. Louis in the music side. It's insane, and people don't really realize it because they just, I don't know, there's, in general, the entertainment industry in St. Louis is strong, but the locals, I think the locals need to realize that and support it more.
Yeah, I think I think another thing that locals need to do is support each other's art more. And kind of like share. So what, like that's like one thing that I do on my Instagram page is every Sunday I do this like 24-hour post. It's a support local Sunday post where I basically just feature a new artist, and I post about them, try to get them new followers, and then like I do like a my story highlight thing for them, and you know, and that's so they're in there permanently that people can look at. But I've been trying to get, like, for a little while I had it kind of trending, but then it just kind of died off, but I still do it. But it's just like we have the tools necessary to help each other out, but like I feel like it's really weird. I feel like it's crazy how many people I've hit up and like, hey, I'd like to feature you for my post and, you know, get you some new followers, blah, blah, and they just like don't even respond and stuff like that. It's like it's like this weird sense of pride that like they don't want any help and they don't want to help anyone. It's like if the local artists just work together a little bit more, it's like we could be sharing each other's fans, we could be sharing like, and just like all make a bigger name for them.
I've said it before, like it's easier for interview wise. It's been easier for me to book national acts than it is local, which is insane to me.
That's so crazy. And that's what I don't understand is that like they're so talented, but like it's like this weird like inner defensive-ness to like they just feel like they have to be 100% independent or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but like I've encountered that so much where like people are just like they don't even want to be featured or like their work to be put out there. And it's like,
Right.
why are you doing this? Like, isn't that the whole point? Like, you're trying to make a name for yourself. You don't want, and even if I wasn't even like asking for anything back. Some
Right.
saying like, hey, I'll do this for you. Will you do this for me? I was just like, no, I just want to feature you. And they just like wouldn't even respond back, or like, it's like, what? Why? I don't understand. I don't get, like, that's why we're doing this. Like, that's the whole point, is to
Right.
be getting our name out there and, more people to see us and kind of put our names in the spotlight. But okay, whatever.
It is what it is.
It's so weird.
So, besides tonight, when's your next showcase?
My next show is the show that I produce is March 27th.
Okay.
So it's always on a Wednesday. It's generally the second to or last Wednesday of the month. Doors at 7, shows at 7:30. If you just mention my name, Mikael Pryce, at the box office, you get in free. And being a Wednesday, for the most part, we're just trying to get people in the door. So like, I'm just always just like giving people the opportunity to just get in free. Being called the Best of STL Showcase, like it really is just the whole point is just to really like show people who like the people who like the seasoned veterans who've been working their asses off and are really like the top comedians in the city. So I mean, it's just me and 3 other comics each time, and it's just showing people who really are the best in the area. And so that's kind of like, if more than anything, just want people in the seats to really like put a spotlight on these people, kind of give these people more recognition for how good they are. And
and Stereotype Clothing sponsors that, right?
Stereotype and Stealing Studio and Southwest Diner. Yeah.
If you guys want to check out some really cool shirts and apparel, go to Stereotype Clothing. We've had them on the show before, and we will be announcing a Battle of the Bands that we're going to be doing here with them really soon. So
I thought has that not already been announced? Was there already?
They announced that they're looking for bands. There's still some kinks that need to be worked out with the prizes that are going to be given out. So we haven't like officially announced dates or anything yet, but it's going to be, most likely, it's going to be in April or May. April. Yeah, April probably.
Nice. Yeah, those guys are great, man. They put out awesome designs. I've been very happy to work with them. Honestly, like, I've gone through like so many different sponsors that show, just people who didn't really like care, or like they just weren't really like doing their side of the work and stuff and everything. I've just like just gone through so many people, but Stereotype's been so awesome to work with. Like, they put out great shirts. Like, their designs are badass. But they also really just like care about the things that they're sponsoring, and they really work hard to help out with whatever they can. So yeah, I've really loved having them as a sponsor. They're awesome. They're really good guys.
Definitely.
But yeah, so it's like I said, March 27th. Doors open at 7, shows at 7:30. I recommend getting there closer to 7. We have had several shows sell out lately, and so I recommend, the seats are first come, first serve, so I recommend getting there closer to 7 just to make sure you get a good spot. But yeah, you just mentioned my name, Mikael Pryce, and you get in free. And it's a good time, so definitely check it out.
And the Funny Bone is an actual, like, I was just there last weekend, and it's a really cool club. Like, the way it's set up, like, it's comfortable.
It's intimate.
But yeah, definitely get there early, because it is first come, first seat, and some seats are a little far away, so make sure you get there if you want a good seat.
And that's the other thing, is that like the last seats to get like given up are like the ones that are right by the server station stuff, and like you have to like constantly, like, if it's full and you're sitting right by the doors, it's like, is that they're opening and closing constantly, and it's like sometimes like that can be really distracting for it's like if the bartenders are kind of calling out orders and stuff, it's like it can be hard to hear the jokes. So you definitely want to be like, the closer you are to the stage, the better. It's just the more involved you feel into the show, like the better experience it is, really.
And they got strong drinks too.
Oh yeah, they do.
we got
Sean makes some strong. Sean makes some fucking.
We got cranberry vodkas last time, and I had to ask for some extra cranberry.
Dude, that's so funny. That's so funny you even say that is because Sean. That's like one thing that specifically Sean always makes so strong is cranberry vodkas, dude. I mean, he will put like a splash of cranberry, and it's just fucking with the vodka, dude. Yeah, it's so wild. Yeah, I mean, he just makes strong drinks in general, but yeah, that's like they give you the bang for your buck. 'Cause I mean, you know, drinks at a club generally aren't cheap. So I mean, he at least makes it worth it for you.
But yeah, I want to thank you again for coming on. Can you tell everyone where to find you, like all your socials and all that good stuff?
Instagram is just at Mikael Pryce, Mikael Pryce. Twitter's Mikael Pryce is me, and then if you can find Facebook Mikael Pryce. Those are the only three that I really use. I mean, I'm not that prevalent on like Snapchat or anything. I don't know. I don't care for
Snapchat's lame.
Yeah, I hate Snapchat. I don't even like Twitter that much. I don't get on there too often either. But Instagram's my number one. That's my baby. That's where all my fans and followers are at. So I mean, Instagram's definitely the easiest and best way to get a hold of me and to kind of see what's going on. But Facebook's good too. So Mikael Pryce on either of those. And yeah,
and that's Michael with a K.
Yeah, Mikael, and then Pryce.
And then you can check him out tonight here at Sonny's Bar. He'll be performing here alongside a bunch of other comedians, including Puppet the Psycho Dwarf from Jackass 3D and Oz the Great and Powerful. And then we'll have a few musical acts after that. Come out, $10 at the door. Show starts at 8. And we'll see you guys tonight. We'll be back next week. Thank you for tuning in. You were listening to Agitate the Airwaves. Next we got Rockstar by Frost Money, Steve O'Brien, and Strings.
Late nights, long rice, pews rice, strobe lights so tight. I just ran down my day. Rising with the sun, whole lot of fun. I am the one, I've just begun. I do things all my way. Now it's picking up, in comes the bucks, about to run amok. I don't give a fuck what he or she might say. It's an easy money flow, we about to blow. Act just like you know, yes we are the show. All yours if you gon' pay. Pause, bitch, I'm a
wake up in the morning, wasn't breakfast in the head. Gotta get up on my grind, no breakfast in bed. Going in by any means, over mine. Clocking in when you clock out. Overtime, came to the conclusion, failure's an illusion. No matter the setbacks, keep moving, pursuing. I'm vulgar in the verse, I grind until it hurts. And I don't give a fuck like a nun in the church. St. Louis, I'm running that, spending money and got it back. Shed tears, got new tats, my dead homies ain't coming back. Man, that shit is fucked up, haters say I lucked up. Need to worry about your own and get up off of these nuts. I don't give a shit, I'm too lit to quit. Give my girl the world when the music goes legit. Going state to state, trying to get the cake, working late night hours like your boy moving weight out.
Late nights, long rice, pews rice, strobe lights so tight. I just ran down my day. Rising with the sun, whole lot of fun. I am the one, I've just begun. I do things all my way. Now it's picking up, in comes the bucks, about to run amok. I don't give a fuck what he or she might say. It's an easy money flow, we about to blow. Act just like you know, yes we are the show. All yours if you gon' pay. Pause, bitch, I'm a rockstar.
When I was a young kid growing up, listening to Cypress Hill and dreaming about blowing up. Now I get on the stage and all the people showing up and screaming my name. I got local promoters going nuts. Creeps fly here, but I live in no fear. Let's shed a tear, cause my friends ain't here. Look into my crystal ball and it's crystal clear. Some of them will kick it to the end, but most just disappear. You ain't heard of the name, time to get educated. Affiliated with airwaves, say they agitated and aggravated by race war and all the hatred spoken. They get smart to get me elevated, cause tell them made it. How far will I make it? I'm a rock star who hip hop star. Remember the feeling of being underrated. The funny thing is that was quickly replaced with the feeling of being locally famous.
Late nights, long rice, pews rice, strobe lights so tight. I just ran down my day.
Rising with the sun, whole lot of fun. I am the one, I've just begun. I do things all my way. Now it's picking up, in comes the bucks, about to run amok. I don't give a fuck what he or she might say. It's an easy money flow, we about to blow. Act just like you know, yes we are the show. We're all yours if you gon' pay. Bitch, I'm a rock star.
This is what I needed when my mom wasn't home. Just a little music, let me get in the zone. I had my dilemmas, no Nelly. I fucked the stage up, R. Kelly. In school, I was the slowest in class, but I'm getting money now, y'all can kiss my ass. Biatch!
You know what this is, disaster in the making. Cause I was giving while you were always taking. I put out my heart, but you just kept yours hid. Deep inside you can't deny your love for me, you pushed aside. Cross your heart, you wish I died. But when we were alone, baby, your heart beats solo, your heart beats solo. You hit me like a brick. You caught me with the left hook. Finger on the trigger, cross my name out of your black book. I can't take more lies, no, cause I caught you. Deep inside you can't deny your love for me, you pushed aside. Cross your heart, you wish I died. But when we were alone, baby, your heart beats solo, your heart beats solo, we're alone.
Agitate the airwaves.